Hello student, this is Harsha from Academic Knowledge Institute, and today we are going to start the topic that is metals and non-metals. This is the chapter number 3 in the 10th standard CBSE. So let's start. In previous lecture we already studied about the physical properties of metals and non-metals. So now we are going to learn about the chemical properties and some other properties of metal and non-metal. Let's start. Okay. So here, see, metals. So if you see the periodic table, like this, I am drawing a rough periodic table. Okay, so this is S block, this is P block, this is D block, and this is F block elements, right? So this is from first group to 12th group. From first, I'm writing here first to 12, like till here. Okay, and this is F and this is P. Okay, so total we know the 118 elements till now. Okay, among that 80 are the metals. 80 are the metals, and where they are situated? They are situated in the group S and D. Okay, only hydrogen, which is here, it is exception. Okay, it is in first group, but it is not metal, it is non-metal. Okay, so we will see the what are the properties of metals and non-metals. So see, after this, if we deduct from this 118 118 minus 80, so whatever are the others, they are the non-metals and metalloids. Okay, we already studied that metals are more hard than the non-metals and all that. So we will see the next property. Okay, so here, see, if we see here, like here, so here these are the first A group. We know this as the, what we call this? Okay, and then this is the, okay, this is the alkaline earth metal and alkali earth metal. Then this is the transition metal till here. Then here non-metals, then metalloids, and then again here the metals. So okay. So what are the transition metal? What is the transition metals? They are very hard, and they are having the variable valencies, and they are taking the part in most of the reaction. That is known as the transition metals. Okay, let's start. So here, so metals are having 1, 2 or 3 electrons in their valence shell. Okay, if I take the example of sodium, okay, yeah, if I take the example of a calcium, so then they are metals, right? So they are having 1 or 2 electrons in their last shell, that is a valence shell. That means, and here the non-metals, they are having 4, 5, 6 or 7 electrons in their valence shell, right? See here, like they are having, if you take the example of the calcium, so let's take the example of the calcium. See here, the atomic number of calcium is 20. So there will be 20 proton, 20 neutron will be in nucleus. So here there will be first 2 electron, then in the next shell there will be 8 electrons, right? 10. Then in the next shell there will be the 8 electrons, 2, 8, 10, plus 8, 18, and then in the next shell there will be 2 electrons, right? So that means how many electrons in a valence shell? 2 electrons. So whether it will give the 2 electrons or whether it will accept the 6 electrons. So accepting the 6 electron is not possible. So here they will donate these 2 electrons to these non-metals. Understood? Understood, students? What is happening? See, for completing their octet, they require the 8 electrons in their valence last shell. So if they are having only 1 or 2 or 3 electrons in their last shell, so definitely they will donate these electrons 1, 2 or 3 to non-metal. Understood? Okay, so that's why they are the electrons donor. Okay, so they are electron donors. Of course, if suppose this calcium will donate these 2 electrons to this any non-metal, right? So what will happen? The two negative charges, like the two negative charges will be less. So that's why it will become the positive. So that's why they are the electropositive. Understood? Okay. So see here. What we can see? Okay. Metals, they are having 1, 2 or 3 electrons in their valence shells. Non-metals, they are having 4, 5, 6 electrons in the last shells. Okay. So they are basically electron donor. They are basically electron acceptor. जाहिर से बात है, अगर एक डोनर है तो एक्सेप्टर भी होगा. इफ देर इज नो डोनर देन देर विल बी नो एक्सेप्टर. इफ देर इज डोनर देन देर विल बी एक्सेप्टर. सो हियर देर इज डोनर, सो देर हियर इट विल बी एक्सेप्टर. Okay, then here the electropositive, they are electronegative. Okay, then here like see, they are cations. Okay, they are cations, they are forming the cations. They are anions. Okay, understood? Okay, so these are the things. And the metals, only metals are forming the alloy. Non-metals are not forming the alloy. The examples of non-metals are like carbon, then boron, hydrogen, oxygen, and so many things. Okay, so here they are not forming the alloy. Here they are forming the alloy. Alloy means what? Basically it's a mixture. It is a homogeneous mixture of two metals or more than two metals also. Here non-metals cannot form the alloy, but they can take a part into that. Like see, you are going to study about the lattice also. Lattice is nothing but the structure of the, or we can say the how that particular element or that particular atom is looking to us. That is. So like some are having the like hexagonal lattice. Okay, some are having like tetrahedral, some are having like cuboidal. Okay, so these are the lattice. So in this lattice, this carbon, boron, या hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, these can fit here, but they cannot form alloy by themselves. Okay, metals can form the alloy. Like if you see the example of a brass, that is also the alloy. Then if you take the example of a cupronickel, that is also the example of a alloy. Here there is no alloy. Okay, yeah. So basically we can say they are forming the alloy formation. We can simple write like this. Okay, they are not forming the alloy. Then here if we see like calcium, then sodium, potassium, then phosphorus, they will always be a single like this. If we see this, so they will always be like sodium, okay, then potassium, chlorine, then like whatever you want to take. So they always be a single. That means they will be the monoatomic. This is known as the atomicity. Okay, so the atomicity will be always the monoatomic. Here, like if we take the example of oxygen, so oxygen will be always O2, hydrogen will be always H2, chlorine will be always be a Cl2. So they will always be a 2, 3 like that. So that means their atomicity is polyatomic. We can simply say it like as a polyatomic. Okay, understood? Understood, students? Okay. Here, atomicity is what basically? Yeah? Atomicity is basically tendency that how that atom will look to us. How that atom will be exist in the surrounding. That is the atomicity. So here there will always be a monoatomic. Here there will always be a polyatomic. Understood? Okay. And the metals are always forming the oxides. They are like a basic oxides. When they react with the oxygen, so they always form the basic oxides. While non-metals, when they react with the oxygen, they will always form the acidic oxide. Okay, but there are some metals when they react with the oxygen, so the oxides are like basic. The oxides are basically acidic as well as the basic. That is known as the amphoteric oxide. Okay, See, amphoteric. In your lower standard, you already studied about the amphibian animals. Amphibian animals means they are living on this land as well as in water. So here also, these are the amphoteric oxide. They are like acidic as well as the basic. Which are these? Which are these? Like aluminum oxide, zinc oxide, lead oxide. So these are basically acidic as well as the basic oxide. So how they are reacting with the oxygen, how they are reacting with the water, that we will see in the next lecture. If you have any doubt, you can ask me your doubt. And if you like our videos, then please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Thank you so much.